Emre Can was hugely expensive and hugely well paid. And these experienced players have not been doing it for them.
Jonathan on Twitter asks, what on earth is going on at Dortmund? Do you mind reminding us? Dortmund, weren't they Champions League contenders once upon a time?
Well, then they lost 2-0 to Union Berlin. And Dortmund losing...
Who were they?
Yeah, exactly. To top of the league, Union. And Dortmund being Dortmund, this was very much a self-inflicted wound with the goalkeeper, Gregor Kobel, making a terrible mistake for one of the goals. And they're just a little bit disappointing, Dortmund, aren't they? And I think there are big picture issues here. There are small picture issues as well. But I feel like we've had this conversation before, but their model is so much about, buying young players, developing them, and selling them on frequently to England. And did that with Erling Haaland, did that with Jadon Sancho, did that with Gio Reyna. Well, not with Gio Reyna yet. I mean, he can't stay healthy enough for that to happen, but they did it with Pulisic before that, and on and on and on it goes. And the common criticism of Dortmund is that they need to stop doing that and just focus on building a team. Now, I would say that there is logic in using the way the transfer market works to raise money, because financially Dortmund will always find it very difficult to compete with Bayern Munich. So if the plan is, let's develop these kids, let's sell them on at a big profit and use the money to A, find the next good kids, but also B, use the money to put together a squad that could feasibly compete with Bayern. I think that is a sound strategy.
Has that ever worked in football?
But they're getting the kids side of it right, but maybe not so much the other side of it. There are so many guys in the squad who are players who on their day are very good, but who are not doing it consistently for them.
I think that's the thing. The experienced players are the issue. I think Mats Hummels has clearly changed the way he's gone about things this season, which has been a positive thing for them. And the latest out of the club seems to be that Hummels and Marco Reus, who is just coming back from injury again, and they're both coming to the end of their contracts, they'll probably get a year extra on reduced wages, and that is the way they're likely to go. But Emre Can was hugely expensive and hugely well paid. And these experienced players have not been doing it for them in recent years.
But also guys like Brandt and Thorgan Hazard and these dudes who have like 5 games a year when they look really good, and then they have 15 where they're just, that's a little bit harsh on my side. But these guys who,
I think it's unfair.
Yeah, and I get a little bit frustrated with the idea that they can't compete with the finances of Bayern. They're always trying to overtake Bayern and beat up with Bayern. But the thing is, in terms of finances, they're the second wealthiest team in the league, right?
Union are a case in point. Like proportionally, they have a bigger advantage over Union than Bayern have over them.
Exactly.
That's the way to look at it. And Union, we'll come to in a second, Don. I mean, they're a really good example of great management. But it feels like there's something genuinely rotten in Dortmund at the moment. Not that they're doing the same thing as they've done all those other seasons, but I think in terms of the wage bill, in terms of where they are financially, which is not a good place at all.
Even though they're selling all their players?
Well, they haven't recently. They haven't successfully. And of course, they
sold... because the release clause, they didn't actually get that much for him.
For far below market value.
How? Why?
Because the release
they wouldn't have got him in the first place.